My parents shoved me into the washing machine to teach me a lesson for accidentally splashing my baby brother, but as they rushed out the door to take him to the hospital, one of them bumped the start button, locking me inside as the water began to rise. To understand why my own mother watched me drown behind glass without lifting a finger, you have to know that I was their princess until the moment I wasn't. They built me a dream room filled with Barbies and swore my brother Leo would protect me forever. But when I gave Leo a bubble bath and he choked on a bit of water, their love evaporated. My mother dragged me by the neck, screaming that I was an ungrateful monster trying to drown him, and shoved me into the front-loading washer. As the water poured in, cold and fast, I pounded on the glass, begging them to let me out. My parents paced frantically, focused entirely on Leo's coughing fit, oblivious to the fact that I was suffocating inches away. I threw my weight against the door, but the child lock held firm. The drum began to spin, slamming my body against the metal walls. Just as the water drained briefly, giving me a moment of hope, my mother walked toward me. I whimpered for help, thinking she would save me. Instead, she pointed a finger at me, accusing me of throwing a tantrum and trying to break the machine. She told me to stay in there and think about what I'd done. As the water rose again, she turned her back, grabbed her coat, and walked out the door with my father, leaving me to be tumbled like a rag doll in a violent storm. I woke up floating in midair, a ghost in my own home. I watched as my parents returned hours later, carrying Leo and a huge new toy, completely unaware that while they were buying gifts, their daughter had died spinning in the laundry room. My mother stood in my bedroom, cutting the heads off my Barbies to punish me for running away, completely unaware that my twisted, lifeless body was rotting inside the washing machine, just down the hall. To understand why I screamed at them as a ghost, desperate for them to look inside the drum, you have to witness the cruelty of their ignorance. They came home with gifts for Leo, celebrating his recovery, and mocked my silence from the laundry room as a sulking tantrum. They ate my favorite ribs, fed the leftovers to a stray dog, and complained that I was an arrogant brat who wasn't worth the effort. I floated in front of them, begging them to see me, to understand that I wasn't hiding at Grandma's house to tattle on them. I was dead. When my mother stormed into my empty room, she didn't panic. She got angry. She assumed I had snuck out, so she retaliated by destroying the only things I loved, mutilating my dolls, while I watched helplessly. Then came the moment that nearly broke my spirit. My dad, needing to wash Leo's clothes, walked toward the washing machine. I panicked, terrified of him seeing my mangled body, but desperate for him to find me so the hate would stop. I tried to cover his eyes with my ghostly hands, but before he could open the door, my mother stopped him, ordering him to hand wash the baby clothes instead. He walked away, leaving me sealed inside the warm, damp machine, where my body had already begun to swell in the dark. My parents stood frozen in the doorway as my grandparents searched for me with birthday presents, finally realizing the horrifying truth. They hadn't seen their daughter in days because they had left her to rot in the washing machine. To understand the depths of their negligence, you have to witness the days leading up to this moment. A faint, unpleasant smell had begun to seep from the laundry room, but my parents ignored it, too consumed with worry over my brother, Leo, who had mysteriously stopped eating. My mom even offered to trade me to a known bully, a boy who once strangled a kitten in front of me, just to get a doctor recommendation for Leo. She was willing to throw me to the wolves to save her golden child, never realizing I was already gone. Then came my birthday. Both sets of grandparents arrived with pink, sparkly gifts, and my favorite strawberry cake, scolding my parents for playing favorites and forgetting me. My mom tried to cover her tracks, lying that I was at Grandma's house, but the lie crumbled instantly when my grandparents revealed they hadn't seen me. Panic set in. They searched my empty room, calling my name, while my parents stood paralyzed, their bodies rigid with a dawning terrible realization. Her eyes slowly drifted toward the washing machine, the source of the smell, the place they had locked me in days ago, and forgotten, finally understanding that while they were busy hating me, they had accidentally killed me. Welcome to share your feelings in the comments section. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more story content, please check out the other videos on my channel.